Shalom, shalom. So, Shabbat shalom. Now I'm gonna be coming out of 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. I guess I'm gonna start a little more up before that. I'm gonna start at 13. Now for a recompense in the same I speak as unto my children. So who are his children? We are the children of Elohim. You know what I mean? We are the children of God, the children of Yasharel. And so the Most High commanded us to come from amongst them and be ye separate. That's what I'm going to be getting to. Be ye also enlarged. So he's basically telling us to, reach one, teach one, each one, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Our fellow man. But, Yasharel is a stubborn people. You see what I'm saying? A stiff-necked people and a rebellious people. So when the prophets and when the servants of the Most High are coming and teaching the word and telling, the children of Yasharel, the so-called African American, the so-called Negro, to return back to his father, then it becomes a problem, because when you return to the father, you're not able to continue to do the things that you used to do and serve the gods that you serve. So he's saying, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. So you have to understand that, that the so-called New Testament was translated in Greeks. So they're saying unbelievers, but in the Hebrew, this is what we would call the heathen. Because when you intermingle with the heathen, then you start to pick up their habits. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have a whole generation of black males that strung out on METH. Which was once used by Germany in the war to keep their fighters up and give them strength. In strength, you have to do your research on it. Just like the music that we put in our vehicles and stuff like that, the kickers and stuff like that. That was once used as a means of warfare. You see what I'm saying? The same thing with METH. It was used as a means for warfare, and you see how it has depleted our community, just like during the crack era. You see what I'm saying? So this is why he told us, because we are a nation, we are a people, the so-called black man, the so-called African American, the so-called Negro, the so-called Afro-American. Afro-American, we are our nation, we are Yasharel. I remember that there was a time, in the history books, that Martin Luther King and that Malcolm X and that all these people fought for, for us to have the liberties and the freedoms to be able to sit amongst the heathen and be able to eat at their restaurants. Many people, during those times were deleted. There was a time when you couldn't even sit with those people, when you had to go through the back door just to eat. When you only considered a butler and a slave, and a maid to them. You see what I'm saying? But, they were supposed to cling to us, to cleave to us. You see what I'm saying? And not us cleave to them. But we want to cleave to them because they hold the power. You see what I'm saying? Because, money is power. So in order for us to have a better life, a so-called better life, and to have power and to have money, we got to be associated to them. So we leave our God. We leave Yahuwah Savo to go serve their God, which is money. That's why they put themselves on the money. That's why you got Abraham Lincoln on the $5 bill, George Washington, Grant, Ulysses and all them, whoever else is all on the money. Benjamin, what was this? Was it Benjamin Franklin? I think it was. He on the $100 bill, ain't he? He wasn't even a president. You know what I'm saying? But this is why, Paul is saying this, because you have to understand that in Corinth, that the Israelites were also spread it out through the four corners of the earth, and they were in Corinth, and they were worshiping the false gods in Corinth, which was the Ashtaroth, which they call Esther, which is Easter. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why the Most High was telling us, to come from amongst them and be ye separate. So he's saying, be ye not unequally yoked together with believers, with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness? So we know the keeping of Torah is righteousness with unrighteousness. So when you don't keep Torah, then you are considered unrighteous. You are considered a sinner. You see what I'm saying? And what common communion have light with darkness? Because we know that the Torah is the light. We know that the word is the light. We know that the word illuminates, that the word is a light unto our path and a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. And what concord have Hamashiach with Baal? Because this is who y'all serving. This is why he telling y'all to come from amongst them and be ye separate. Many of people were beaten and brutalized. Dogs were sicked on us, and all kind of things were done to us just to have the freedoms that we have today. And now we just totally forgot about our history and forgot about the things and how we got to the places that we got. There's no longer any unity. You know what I'm saying? Now it's every man for himself. When we a nation too. But this is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't gonna be saved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to save everybody. You know what I'm saying? But those who have an ear, let them hear. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is calling, his people, his remnant, his children, back to him before he closed the doors. This is why he say, behold, I come to the door and knock. Matter of fact, that's in Revelations. I'll go there. And with agreement have the temple of the Most High. And what agreement have the temple of Elohim with idols? So you know that your body is his temple. So what agreement do you have with idols? What can those idols do for you? They can't save you in times in a time of war, in a time of famine. You see inflation is going up. You see that you see that, man, there's a lot of things going on. I don't even want to get on it on here, but there's a lot of things going on. So, why do we put our trust in horses, which, now our horses are our cars? That's why they say they got horsepower. Why do we put our trust in our cars and our jobs and all these things and not put our trust in God, in Elohim, in Yahuwah? For ye are the temple of the living Elohim. You are the temple. You are the body. The commandments wasn't given to a building. It was given to you. That's why Yeshua said that in 3 days, I'll destroy this building. Because the building ain't nothing. It's you. You the temple. You are the one that's commanded to keep the commandments, to keep the laws and the statutes. You are the one that was commanded to keep the Sabbath and to keep it holy, but y'all working on the Sabbath. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate. He told you to come out from among the heathen and be ye separate. Saith Yahuwah. They put the Lord there, but it's really Yahuwah. It's really Yahusha. That is our Lord and our Adonai. He told us to come from amongst the heathen and be ye separate. But we want to be so connected to them. They done us so wrong, so much wrong, and we just love them. Don't get me wrong. I don't have no problem, but you know what I'm saying? There has been no reconciliation for none of the things that was done for us. In fact, they keep putting us on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Because they know if they had to give us what was due to us, that, you know what I'm saying, we would own half of the country. We will own probably a majority of the country, if not the whole country. So, because they not wanting to give us what belong to us, then you see the country going down. Now you starting to see famine. Now you starting to see pestilence. Now you starting to see war. This is the doing of the Most High. because there can be no reconciliation without an apology and without, recompense. And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. See, too many of y'all too busy touching the unclean thing. They are unclean. They have yet to ask for forgiveness for the sins that they have done to our forefathers and our foremothers. They are unclean. Back in the Bible, the Levi, under the Levitical priesthood, if a person had leprosy, man, I'm gonna go there for you. Hold on just a minute. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you. Leprosy. Okay, Leviticus 13:2. When a man shall have in the skin of his flesh I'm gonna go ahead and start and read that. When a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab or a bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy. So now we know that leprosy causes your skin to be pale, to be white. See, this is the stuff y'all don't want to hear. This the stuff that y'all get offended by, but it's the truth anyhow. But y'all steadily throwing stones. You see what I'm saying? But you live in a glass house. But the Most High is about to bring judgment up on his people, because he's been warning you since 2020, since all his servants been prophesying and telling you to come from amongst them and be ye separate. They supposed to cleave to us. When we came out of Egypt the first time, the strangers came with us. The strangers, they kept our laws, but they got over us. And then you had the serpents. That's why Elohim had Moshe make a brazen serpent and put it up on a pole and raise it up, because it was the serpent that had gotten into the people that had gotten above them, controlling them. Now you got these people who are the synagogue of Satan saying that they are the people, knowing good and well that their bloodline doesn't even match the DNA of the Levitical priesthood or any of the 12 tribes. And the priest shall look upon the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, that's what y'all call yourself, right? White, right? And the plague is in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. The priest was to pronounce you unclean. You are unclean. Now, can you be made clean? Can you be made whole? Yes, you can. Only through Torah. Only through cleaving through Yasharel, coming through the gate. And no other way. Just like we got to go through Yeshua. For no man coming to my Father unless he coming through the Son. But I'm gonna go to and I'm gonna be out on this. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be in Revelation. I used to say Revelations, but it's just Revelation. And it's gonna be Revelations 3:20, and it's like I said. As many as I love, I rebuke and I chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. So what you see right now is the Most High, out of love, through a vessel, rebuking and chastening his people and telling them to come from amongst them and be ye separate. So then he says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, unto the assembly, unto the people, unto y'all's people first. First the Jew, then the Gentile. First the Jew, then the heathen. Because we are the branch. And y'all just adopted. Y'all grafted in. Yeah, we are the bloodline descendants. And that is what Paul is talking about. And Paul did open the door for the Goyim, for the Gentiles. But a lot of them ain't gonna make it in because their pride won't let them. And that's just the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? They like a captain that's gonna go down with the ship. Let the ship go down. You know what I mean? Before they ask for forgiveness for what they did and the things that was done and give us reparations or whatever y'all looking for or whatever we looking for, they'll let it burn. But the Most High gave us a commandment to come out of from amongst the heathen because he is our deliverer. Because the time is upon us when he is about to deliver us. See, y'all don't know what's going on with this Trump fiasco. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better hope Trump make it in there. That's what y'all better hope. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it ain't I'll tell you after him, it ain't gonna be no more good. So y'all can wish and hope on America all you want. You know what I'm saying? You know, me personally, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a hatred towards a country, none of that. I'm just here to deliver a message. You know what I'm saying? It's not my nation, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from Morocco. You know what I mean? None of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all claim we was over here and we Moors and all of this other stuff, you know what I'm saying? What you want to say? I don't believe that, man. You know what I'm saying? I believe at one time, you know, this was all connected to Africa and everything. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I believe they had the same pyramids and everything. You can find pyramids in Mexico. You know what I mean? You know the ziggurat is what it's really called. You can find that in Babylon. That was the first thing that they built. That was the tower. It was a ziggurat, but then they built the Tower of Babel too. But I don't think they was the same. It's one and the same. So, but I could be wrong. I would have to do more study on that. But man, you know, this is the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, we trying to save America. You know what I'm saying? But America, you know what I'm saying, can't be saved until America repents for what it did to a people. It can only be saved just like when Jonah went to Nineveh, because this is modern day Babylon. And Jonah was commanded to go to Nineveh and preach the word to the Babylonians, or to Nineveh. And he didn't want to because, you know what I'm saying, all the things that the Babylonians had did to his people. He wanted to see them destroyed. That's why he fled and got on the boat, and the Most High made him go speak to Nineveh. That's the same thing we doing here. Is calling for the people to repent that did the things to our ancestors here, and to recompense us like they have recompensed everybody else. But no, that's too much like doing right. You know what I'm saying? Because power is addictive. Power is, you know what I'm saying, can make you or break you. And when some people get too much power, they misuse it. So with that being said, shalom, peace and blessings.